بغير نفس من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا صدق الله العظيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم صلوا عليه الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله. Islam is not a religion. Islam is a civilization based upon the humanity and based upon the morality and based upon the human values and ethical values. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated in the Quran, Man qatala nasa jami'a, Man qatala nafsan bighayri nafsin aw fasadin fil ard, whoever killed one person, it means he killed the whole humanity. And if a person killed one person or sprayed anything, fasad fil ard, it means he killed the whole humanity. And if he saved whoever saved one life, it means he saved the whole humanity. Man qatala nafsan bighayri nafsin aw fasadin fil ard faka'annama qatala an-nasa jami'a. But unfortunately, in the whole world, Muslims are targeted. Muslims are being targeted. Islam are being defamed. Islam are being targeted. Muslims are being targeted, and due to the Muslims and being a Muslim, they everywhere, they will be banned everywhere. So this is the worst situation all over the world, not in United States. Everywhere you go, you find this kind of a situation. So as a ummah of Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam, it is our duty to convey the message of Islam, the message of peace of Islam, the education of Islam, the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam that are based upon the humanity, that is based upon the peace, and that are based upon the morality and ethical values. You know that there are several events in the past, in the history of Islam. When you go through the history of Islam, you find so many events that happened and at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam that shows the real picture of Islam, that shows the peace of Islam, that shows the real morality of Islam and the humanity of Islam. I remember that when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam called all the people of Makkah to the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and forced them to leave the adultery, then the kuffar of Makkah, then the people of the Makkah started, troubling all the mu'mins who accepted already the Islam. At that moment, and they started killing the people, they start bullying the people. At that time, at that situation, the situation was worsened. Then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam commanded few people to leave Makkah and go to Abyssinia. That is called Habasha in Arabic, and in English you call Abyssinia or Ethiopia. So first migration of Islam, first migration of the companion of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam before the Yathrib, before the Medina, to the Abyssinia, to the Ethiopia. The 15 companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam migrated on the commandment of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam from Makkah to Abyssinia. When Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam commanded, then what said Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam to the companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam, to Sahaba? He said, there was a king. If you go Ethiopia, there is a king under whom none is wrong. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam say, go to Ethiopia, Abyssinia, Habasha, and there is a king under whom there is none is wrong. Although this is the king is the Christian, the state is the Christian, the rule and regulation is the Christian, but Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us the rightness is not only confined in the religion. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam again say, "Hiya ardu sidqin." The Abyssinia, hiya ardu sidqin. It is the land of righteousness. It is the land of piousness under whom there is no, your right will be protected. You go there and live as a minority. You will free to spread the Islam. You will free and your right will be protected. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the humanity. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam thought that though the king is the Christian, the land is the Christian, the state is the Christian, the rule and regulation is the Christian, but Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, "Hiya ardu sidqin." It is the land of righteousness. This is the humanity that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When 15 people migrated from Makkah to Medina, then what happened? The elite of the Makkah, chased them, and the elite of the Makkah sent a delegation to the king so that they will be expedited to the Makkah and they will bring back to the Makkah. So they will keep them behind the bar and they will be captivated. But when a delegation went to the Abyssinia, the king, though he is the Christian, he said, "I will examine myself all the situation and all the issues." And then he called a meeting in the royal court, and after that he asked all the Sahaba, 15 Sahaba, he asked them, "What is the religion you have?" He asked them, "What is the religion you have that you abandoned your people? Nor you accepted my religion, nor you accepted any other religion. So what is religion you have?" Then the first time, Hazrat Abu Ja'far radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Abu Ja'far ibn Abi Talib radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he stood up and he said, "This is the first introduction to Islam. This is the first introduction of the seerah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam." He said that we were the ignorant people. We were illiterate people. We were ignorant people, and we used to worship the idols. We used to eat the decaying flesh of the dead animals. We used to kill our the infants. We used to kill our daughters. At that moment, Allah had the mercy, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us a Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam among us, and he sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, and he said, he taught, and then he mentioned 9 points. And then Abu Talib radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Abu Ja'far radiallahu ta'ala anhu mentioned 9 points that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that the teaching of Islam, that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam taught them. The first is, he said, وَأَمَرَنَا بِصِدْقِ الْحَدِيثِ. The second thing is, وَأَدَاءِ الْأَمَانَةِ. Third is, وَصِلَةِ الرَّحَمِ. Fourth is, وَحُسْنِ الْجِوَارِ. Fifth is, وَالْكَفِّ عَنِ الْمَحَارِمِ. Sixth is, وَالدِّمَاءِ. وَنَهَانَ عَنِ الْفَوَاحِشِ. 8. وَقَوْلِ الزُّورِ وَأَكْلِ مَالِ الْيَتِيمِ وَقَذْفِ الْمُحْسَنَةِ. He said, وَأَمَرَنَا. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam invited us and commanded us towards the worship, to leave the worship of worship one God. And the second, he forbade us to worship idols. Third, he exhorted us to tell the truth. Fourth, and to protect the weak. And fifth, the protect the poor. Sixth, the protect the widows. 7, protect the widows. 8, protect the orphans. 9, he ordered us to show the respect to women and never to slander them. So these are the 9 points. He said the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam taught us. The king impressed for these 9 education of Islam. This the totality of the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, and the totality of the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is based upon the humanity. You see, it is based upon the morality. The education is based upon the human values and ethical values and the peace. They don't want to clash anybody. They don't say that you always speak true to the Muslim only. They didn't say that you speak only true to the Muslim. They didn't speak that you say only to give the amana to only the Muslim. But he said all the people, whatever you find the people, whether he is a Muslim, he is not Muslim, whether he is a mu'min or not mu'min, always speak true. Always protect the woman. Whether woman is Muslim or non-Muslim doesn't matter. Whether widow is Muslim or non-Muslim doesn't matter. Always protect the widows. Always protect the child. Always protect the orphan. Always protect the women and respect to the women. Whether it is she is Muslim or non-Muslim, it doesn't matter. So this is the first introduction and the first introduction of Islam and the first introduction of the seerah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam he taught. When you go ahead, when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam, the situation even more worsened in Makkah al-Mukarramah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam, you leave your homeland, you leave your dear land, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam at least commanded all the Prophet, all the Sahaba, all the companions that you leave the Makkah and go to the Yathrib, because the Yathrib is the piece of land. The Yathrib is, there are many people accepted Islam, so you go to the Yathrib. So all the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam migrated from Makkah to Medina, and at least and then at last Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam with his beloved Khalifa and beloved Sahabi Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu migrated from Makkah to Medina. At that time, their people already reached there. All the Sahaba and all the companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala anhu reached there, and they have been waiting for the last three days to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam, whether Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam come or not. But at least after 3 days, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam when reached, the people were enthusiastic. The people's emotion, the emotion of the Sahaba, the emotion of the companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam at the height of the level. At that situation, if Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam like the fasad, if you like anything that bad happened in the land, then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam would have exploited their emotion, would have exploited their anger and said, let us do the war, let us come and make revenge, because they were forcibly and taught us that you leave your homeland. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam at that moment when he reached and he delivered the khutbah, then what he said? He taught all the people, he smiled, he was very calm and taught all the people the humanity and peace, and at last he said, ittaqun nar walau bishiqqi tamaratin. Always after the delivering speech, during the speech he say, always save yourself with the hellfire, walau bishiqqi tamaratin, at least with the charity. If you have any half dead fruit, then you give to the needy people half dead fruit. This is the charitable deed. And if not, if you don't have the charitable deed, if you not have the even half dead of the fruit, then what happens? Then say with smiling a good word to all the people. This is the charitable deed. The Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam at that moment he had to anger. Always he had to anger, and he had to express the angerness to the people. But in spite of, he said, always say to the good word to all the people. This is the charity and the charitable deed, and you say all the with a smiling face. This is the charitable deed, and this is the peace of Islam, the humanity of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam taught it. And after that, when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi settled down in Medina, in Yathrib, he built up a state, Islamic state. When he built up Islamic state, he has written a treaty. He has written a constitution. This is the first written constitution in the human history. He written constitution to build up the Islamic state. When he has written the constitutions, took care of all the Jews and the Christians who were residing at that time here, who were residing there, and he has said, Inna Yahuda Bani Awf Ummatum Ma'al Mu'mineen. All the Yahud, all the Jews and Christians are and the Muslims are the one nation. What he said, all the Muslims and Jews and the Christians are one nation. One nation. Inna lil Yahudi dinahum wa lil Muslimina dinahum. All the religion, the Yahud's religion with them and our religion with us. So there is no clash, and whenever anybody is going to attack on Medina, we together we protect our land. We protect, and together we protect our land, we protect our women, we protect our children. And anybody who is going to harm any Christian in the name of religion, anybody who is going to harm any Jews in the name of the religion, we stand up and we protect all the Jews and the Jews and the Christian. That is, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the first written constitution that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has written, and that is why because Allah subhanahu wa taala stated in the Quran, La ikraha fid deen. There shall be no compulsion in the religion. It is our duty to call you to the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is our duty to convey the message to you, convey the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you agree, then you accept Islam. If you don't agree, there shall be no compulsion in the religion, and that is why the ayah, Quran Kareem stated that Lakum dinukum waliya deen, your religion with you and my religion with us. And after that, after 8 years has passed already, I give you some example in the history of Islam. After the passing of 8 years, when Prophet Muhammad built an Islamic state in Medina, and after the passing 8 years completed, he conquered the Makkah. He's going to conquer the Makkah. He left Makkah, his homeland, as a migrant, and then he is going to enter the Makkah as a conqueror. So when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam conquered the Makkah, then all the elite of the Makkah who still did not accept Islam, they thought that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to kill us. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to put us behind the bar, and we will be captivated. At that time they thought, and they were very afraid. And that time Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood up and stood in front of the Kaaba and delivered a beautiful speech based on the humanity. There is no much time to talk about all the khutbah, but I give you an example. After delivering the khutbah, during the khutbah, he asked all the elite of the Makkah who stood up in front of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, and he asked, Ya ma'ashara Quraysh, ma tarawna anni fa'ilun bikum. O people of Quraysh, what do you think what I'm going to treat you? What I'm going to treat you? What do you think? So they replied, they were afraid, and they replied that qalu khayran akhun kareem wa ibn akhin kareem. They replied that you are a generous and kind, and you are the son of the kind. And then after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is immediately said, قال اذهبوا فأنتم الطلقاء. اذهبوا, go, فأنتم الطلقاء, you are free to do everything. وأنتم الطلقاء لا تثريب عليكم اليوم, there is no blame upon you. And then make dua for them. Though they beaten the Sahaba, though they troubled the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they banned so many things, the social life upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But to see the kindness and the merciful of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at this moment he wanted to kill them. He could, but he said, La tasriba alaykum al-yawm, there is no blame upon you. اذهبوا أنتم الطلقاء, you go, you are the free. And made dua and said, يغفر الله لكم وهو أرحم الراحمين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive you, inshallah. And because he is a kind, he is a merciful, and inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive you. This is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, the seerah. This is the seerah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. This is the teaching of Islam. This is the teaching of Islam based upon the humanity and the morality. We have to always teach this kind of a morality. Whatever the people talked about the war in Islam, in the history of Islam, you always go through the history of Islam. You find there is no attack on behalf of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Always when the other people of the faith, they are going to attack on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, they were going to attack upon the Medina, then in the defense of the people of the Islam, in the defense of the land of the Yathrib, then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam protected us. But they did not, even the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam and the companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam did not attack anybody, anywhere and any land. This is the Islam. We have to, because why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. I sent to you for the mercy of all humanity, all mankind, not only the Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say, I sent to you for the rahmatul lil muslimin. He did not say for the rahmatul lil mu'minin. He said rahmatul lil alamin. For the universe, for the mercy of all the universe, for the mercy of all the humankind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said, Ya ayyuhan nas, inni rasulullah ilaykum jamiya. O people, I have been sent to you for the embodiment of the love, mercy and care for all humanity, for all humankind, not only the Muslim. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated whatever in the Quran, and you go through the Sunnah, you find the teaching of Islam that based upon the humanity, the morality, what is going on in the United States in the name of Islam, what is going on in other part of the world in the name of Islam. You always, your duty to protect the humanity, your duty to those people who defame Islam, those people who discourage Islam, you always pass the message and convey the true Islamic method to the true Islamic teaching, the based upon the humanity, the based upon the ethical values. This is our the duties. So we always protect Islam. We always protect our humanity. This is the teaching of Islam. See what is going on here around here. I appreciate that. I saw and so many Americans who are not the Muslim, but they came forward and protect us and the protest on behalf of us. They are not going to, they don't want that the Muslim and the name of the Muslim, the peoples are banned here in the United States, in other part of the world. But so whatever they have shown the solidarity with us, this is the appreciable, and we have to appreciate this kind of activities, and even we have to show our morality. We have to show as a Muslim and as a Mu'min the Islamic values and ethical values. This is our duties. This is our duties. So that is why today we are going to organize here a small gathering here. So some of our American people and some other peoples who have other faith, they are coming here at 5 o'clock today in the evening. So we are going to gather here, the organization, to the peaceful protest against this kind of activities. I request all of you that join us in this situation, in this moment, because this is not the individually matter, this is the collectively matter. Every individual Muslim, every individual Mu'min face this kind of badness. So you have the right and you have the capability to come here and join us, to strengthen us, because the collectiveness is the istihkam, is the consolidation. So I hope that you join and you come and join us in the gatherings. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ وَأَخْرَوْ دَعْوَانَا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. And there is one more announcement. There is a